Hello.
Merhaba.
Hello.
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 Hello, Evelyn. Wow, what a
Hello.
beautiful surprise.
It
Amazing.
is a surprise for me also.
So beautiful. Thank you, Evelyn, for showing up. Thank you, Hanan, for showing up. I think there is Yassine too. I don't know Yassine. I think he's the guest of someone, but both of you coming here, that makes me so happy. And there is one more reason for that. The first one is that you're coming to discover my project, which for me is a global depollution project. We are here to depollute ourselves at all levels. The first one is the one of our limiting beliefs and our erroneous beliefs. And that's the most important one because that's the one that keeps us prisoners in literally this going in circles and feeling trapped, literally being imprisoned. And the second kind of emotion of the pollution that we need to clear from ourselves is these trapped emotions, all this pain, all this suffering, all this literally trauma that we've been through. Finally, of course, there is the physical body, and then eventually there is the planet. But the source of it all is the ones who are basically writing the rules of the game and polluting us deliberately because they know what they're doing. And Evelyn has been actually working in journalism and geopolitical analysis and so many things for so many years. I've had the great luck of not only dancing tango with Evelyn, which was one of the beautiful moments of making her reconnect with tango in Morocco, but also had the great chance of sitting down with her for a couple of hours and just sharing with her outlooks on life, on my experience, on hers, and that was a beautiful moment. Now, a word about what we're living through right now in the world, and I think that we all know that there is something wrong in the world. We are human beings before anything, and that's what brings us together. That's what brings us here tonight. And what separates us is all those limiting beliefs, all this trauma, all these differences that are being raised to put us one against another. But that's not life, that's survival. And the criminals who have been trying to keep us separate have been for way too long running on lies and deception and literally setting brothers and sisters one against another. And I'm so happy tonight that both you, Evelyn, and both you, Hanan, are here tonight because Hanan is Palestinian and Evelyn is Jewish. And me,
Yes, but my grandmother was Palestinian,
alhamdulillah,
Wow.
Jewish Palestinian,
alhamdulillah,
from Jerusalem,
alhamdulillah,
from Jerusalem.
alhamdulillah.
Oh,
So yeah, thank you.
The Musrara, do you know the neighborhood? Musrara? The Dallas door.
no. I've never been in Palestine. I'm half
Oh,
Czech, Palestinian. My dad left in 1948 during the Nakba.
ah.
So our family is from Akka.
Well, the Nakba, I don't like to use this word, but it was the independence that, and my grandmother went back on the Exodus boat. Your father, they crossed like this.
That's the thing, is that we all have our stories which are different. And that's the beauty of being
Yeah, and we
united
crossed.
together.
Her father left in 48. My grandmother went back in 47. Yeah.
That's the thing. History actually has been making us literally cross paths, and now here we're meeting in the heart to actually talk about what's bringing us together. And that's the beauty of it all, is that we all have different beliefs, we all have different stories, but there is one thing that we have in common, and it's beyond everything, and that is life. And life has no color, life has no history, life has no identity, no religion, no nation. Life is life. It is infinite, it's endless, and mostly it's unconditional because life is just life. We cannot define it. If we could define it, it would not be life. So thank you for being here and being alive and feeling like being here with me. As we say in French, quand on est en vie, on a envie. So when you are alive, you feel alive. So you feel like doing this, you feel like doing that. So thank you so much for taking from your precious time to come here to listen to me, to what I have to tell you about what I consider to be the best business in the world and by far. Because what keeps us busy most of the time is literally this rat race about having to make money and stuff for so many people. So if we can make ourselves busy with something that is actually meaningful, that brings the money, but most importantly, that brings back common sense, that puts us back in the right direction of actually depolluting ourselves, then I think we're up to something. So this is what I'm very excited to tell you about tonight. So thanks for being here. So let me share my screen with you and we're gonna get started. So uh, let's see. There we are. All right. So of course, I'm going to share many things in a little time. So if for whatever reason you miss something, like you don't understand, don't worry. It's normal. And it is really because it's not complicated, but it is definitely a lot of informations. So don't hesitate to write down whatever comes up for you in terms of things that you understand, that you would like to share about, and in terms of things that you actually do not understand yet, but that you will definitely understand. So, welcome to Amplivo. Amplivo, which is this company that I'm going to be talking about a lot tonight. I'm going to be talking about another company named Corsair, and it is really an opportunity for a better world. As you see, Amplivo, it resonates with something very ample, very big, and it really is to amplify the voice of this company named Corsair. Now, me, I am the co-founder of this other company named Depollute Now, which you see in little there in the left, because I'm not going to be talking a lot about Depollute Now, but that really is the thing that I created to be able to market this business as closely as possible with my identity, with my aspiration for a world where we are all free, in harmony, living literally in harmony with everything. So, a few words about me. I know we know one another from different walks, let's say, of life. Evelyn, I've met through tango. Hanan, I've met through actually entrepreneurship. Um, and before all of this, I used to be this very idealistic young guy back in Paris, and I wanted to save the world by actually, that was before that I wanted to save the world. But then I realized that I could not really save it just by being an idealist. I had to be also an economist, actually. So I got into this studies at the Paris Dauphine University. That was back in 2009. And I dedicated myself for about 4 years to what we can call carbon finance. And that was a great period of my life because that showed me one thing, that we can have the best of intentions, but when the environment is not ready yet, well, it's not ready yet. So it's not going to happen until it does happen. So I actually left that field. I became an actor, then a dancer, then a therapist, an organizer, a therapist, then a coach. Then I don't know what I am right now, but I am definitely alive. So enough about me. So in this presentation, we're going to be talking about the problem, which you all know of, the problem of plastic waste, and the solution that the Corsair Group International has come up with, which is this company that owns Amplivo. Amplivo is what we call the network marketing firm, and Corsair is the group, and it runs the industrial operations, because this is what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about how we deal with the problem of plastic waste. And so the solution that the Corsair Group International has come up with is on one side industrial, and on the other side, it's based on what we call crypto assets. You certainly heard about the Bitcoin. I'm sure you have. If somebody hasn't heard of Bitcoin, then I don't know where they were hidden. But it really is, it was a revolution 15 years ago because it's brought forward this incredible technology that we now use commonly, which is called the blockchain. And the blockchain basically allows two parties which want to get into a contract to have very, very low transaction fees for that. And it's fully transparent, it's absolutely decentralized and non-messable with. You cannot falsify it. You cannot like modify it. It's forever. I mean, forever is, there's only one thing that's forever. It's life. But apart from that, actually, it's changing all the time. Apart from that, nothing lasts forever. But let's say that we still have electricity and computers for as long as we can think about. It should last forever. Unlike a bank which might go bankrupt, or a government also which might just fail or whatever, the blockchain technology cannot be messed with. So the CSR plastic credits, which we're going to be talking about, are these crypto assets, which are different from a cryptocurrency. A crypto asset is actually not something that you can buy something with. Really, what we do with the CSR plastic credits is that we prove that some plastic waste has been recycled. But I'll get into more detail a bit later about that. But that's the revolution of the CSR plastic credit, which is the first plastic credit which is tradable publicly on a public market and registered on this ledger that is a blockchain. And finally, the Amplivo network marketing opportunity, which is this business opportunity that allows everyone, individuals and companies, to get involved with the neutralization of plastic waste. Little disclaimer before I go further. I'm here as an independent partner for the Amplivo network and not as a financial advisor. So although we're going to be talking about money and about crypto assets and stuff, it really is not a financial product that we are promoting. We are really promoting really this service of plastic waste removal. So when we obtain this CSR plastic credit, it is as an evidence of support for the combined mission of both Amplivo for the marketing side and Corsair for the industrial side whenever they recycle plastic. As such, no financial license is required for the acquisition of the CSR plastic credit or for the promotion of the waste removal service. So as we all know, the plastic pollution problem is devastating. It's absolutely everywhere. The good news is that we have the solution, but in the meantime, these kinds of sites where the animals and the plants, of course, and just the oceans and even the rivers, unfortunately, are being totally polluted, has become the norm, and these beautiful beaches have been taken the trash that comes from the sea. So it's pretty dreadful, but it is the reality for now. And the reason for that is that it takes time for plastic to biodegrade. It takes 50 years for a styrofoam cup, which we're going to be using for 30 seconds and then throwing away. 50 years to biodegrade. 200 years for an aluminum can, which is metal, and 450 years for a nappy, for diapers. So longer for diapers than for an aluminum can. So it really is a problem, plastic, because it lasts long in the environment. So 450 years for a plastic bottle, and God knows that it is a big problem because we consume about 1 million plastic bottles per minute around the world, 1 million, and then 500 years for a plastic toothbrush, and we use about 7 billions of them per year. So it is huge. It's a big problem. But the good news is that we have the solution. And that solution is simply to actually recycle the plastic, turn it into what we call advanced bio-oil. This advanced bio-oil is basically the way that we should be disposing of plastic normally, because this plastic was made out of oil. It's from the oil that the plastic was actually made. So this gentleman that you see here in the front, his name is Alain. He's part of our team. You can find him on Instagram under Hayssam, and he went to Thailand to visit this factory of Corsair, and I'm going to be going there in 2 weeks actually. I'm so excited because I'm going to be at last visiting the factory. I've been working with them for nearly 1 year now, but I haven't had a chance to visit the factory yet, so that's in 2 weeks. And so Corsair transforms this plastic waste into advanced bio oil. And as they do that, they sell that oil to companies like Shell. Shell today is the main partner of Corsair in the world to actually offtake their oil that they produce. And that oil, as I told you, you weren't here, Evelyn, you were on the phone, I believe. That oil is produced from plastic because plastic comes from oil. So with the plastic, we make oil again. So I'm sharing with you here in the chat this link to the Shell website where they mention the partnership with Corsair, and they're so happy actually Shell to buy the oil from Corsair because actually they have some legal requirements. All these petrochemical companies, they need actually to use some recycled plastic in the production of new plastic. That's a legal requirement in Europe. They are required by law to use 30% of recycled plastic in the production of new plastic. And this certification that you see here in the screen, which is called ISCC for International Standard for Carbon Certification, is one of the most prestigious certifications in the world for what we call circular economy projects. And that certification guarantees that a company meets globally recognized environmental and social governance and sustainability requirements. And oil companies, they want and they need to buy this kind of advanced bio oil from ISCC certified companies, which is the case of Corsair. So Corsair is building facilities all over the world, including in Canada, in the US, in Sri Lanka, in Indonesia, in Colombia, and inshallah, hopefully also here in Morocco. I'm working actively on it. When I'm going to be in Bangkok in a couple of weeks, I'm going to be directly discussing and establishing a partnership with Corsair to establish Corsair Morocco. So we're going to have, inshallah, a factory or several here in Morocco too. So the CSR Plastic Credit that I was mentioning you at the beginning of the presentation is truly a revolution. It's the only plastic credit of its kind in the world. It's the first and the only one. You certainly heard about the carbon credits. We'll touch a word on that a little later, but let's say that the CSR Plastic Credit is like the carbon credit, just that it is for plastic. And so every time that Corsair recycles plastic waste to turn it into advanced bio oil that they then sell to companies, petrochemical companies like Shell, so that they can make new plastic, CSR plastic credits are distributed on the blockchain, the Ethereum blockchain, which is the second biggest blockchain in the world after the Bitcoin, as a digital receipt. So basically, every time Corsair recycles 100 grams of plastic waste into advanced bio oil, and of course, all of that is ISCC certified, it's absolutely audited by outside consulting and auditing agencies. Every time they do that, we turn that trash into not only oil, but also plastic credits. So that one plastic credit per 100 gram of oil is what we call an opportunity for companies and individuals to become what we call plastic neutral. That is to neutralize their plastic pollution footprint because they literally buy back their pollution. Even though their product that they put out in the environment, say a company has produced this little thing and then somebody throws it away, well, if the company has offset their plastic waste footprint thanks to plastic credits, well, they have recycled the exact amount that they've put out in the environment. And they can be, if they are real champions of sustainability, they can offset more. And this is what we're doing right now. It's that we are working with companies who are taking more and more seriously what we call their corporate societal responsibility. They're taking it more and more seriously and they want to become plastic neutral certified. So here are just a few of the partners of the Corsair Group. They're not all mentioned, and actually the last partners on this slide I have not included. It's an old slide. I realized that I should definitely update it. I updated my French presentation, but not the English one. Shame on me. So this is just a few of the partners, and then whenever a partner has an actual physical product, they can get to put on their products this label to 2025 plastic neutral by CSR. And why 2025? Because those are very specific plastic credits. In 2024, it was different plastic credits. In 2026, it will be different plastic credits. There is much more I can tell you about that, but it's out of the scope of this short presentation. So these CSR plastic credits are actually giving Corsair an excellent positioning to take advantage of the new international legislation to come that will govern packaging and plastic neutrality. So why is this interesting for us? Well, simply that when we purchase this plastic neutrality packages, otherwise this plastic waste removal service from Amplivo, we are basically giving to Corsair in order to go out in the environment, take out the plastic waste and turn it into advanced bio-oil. When Corsair does that, they sell that oil to companies like Shell, and us, as the order giver, we receive the proof, the digital proof that CSR Plastic Credit when the plastic is recycled. So when the plastic is turned into oil, Corsair makes money that way. And us, we receive the plastic credit as a proof that the plastic has been recycled. So this is very interesting for a simple reason that the earlier we buy the service, the better. So the people who bought this service back in January, they bought it for a very low price. This, what you see here, is the price of the market. It's not the price at which people buy. This is the price at which companies buy. Companies who want to buy the plastic credit. Because again, remember, those plastic credits are the proof that the plastic has been recycled. But before we can get the proof, well, we need to recycle it. And this is where the Amplivo network kicks in. Because the Amplivo network gives a better price on the kilogram of plastic waste removed to the members of the Amplivo network than the price, the value of the proof on the market. And this is where I hope you understand it. This is where it becomes extremely interesting for us, because it means that we can literally crowdfund the recycling of plastic waste by the power of network marketing, and then the real polluters, the companies who've been putting out products in the environment and who need to offset the plastic waste footprint, that's when they pay at a higher price because that's the market price. But Amplivo always gives us a better price. So week 40, which was last week, the price was 51 cents per kilogram. This week it's 52. Actually, yeah, this week it's 52 exactly. It's here. This is week 51, so this week it's 52. Week 40 it was 51, and week 34, see, 6 weeks before it was only 45. That means that 6 weeks before it was 6 cents less. And so that's the equation, is that the earlier we buy, the better price we get. And so the better price we get, the more profit we make between the value on the market, which you can see here, and the cost that it had for us. So for example, someone who bought in week 1, they bought at about 34 cents less than 45 cents. And that's exactly where it was. It was at 9 cents per kilo. 9 cents per kilo, sorry, 0.9 cents per kilo, less than 1 cent. So if you compare it to the price on the market, which is about 12 cents, maybe 11 today because it fluctuates. This is a screenshot that I took last week. So it might be at 11, it might be at 12. We could look at it together if you want, or I can send you the link actually. We have the link somewhere here. Is it showing? No, it's not, but I'll send it to you. When the person who bought, the people who bought in January, it costed them only 1 cent per credit. Now they can sell it for 12 cents. That's like 12 times more in the span of 10 months. It's incredible. Well, that's our business. This is why I like to call it the best business in the world. And it really is, for me, business at its best, really. So, oh, yeah, one thing very important is that this week, on top of the fact that we're getting always a better price than the market price. This week, for the first time in the whole year, we're getting an incredible bonus of 50%. Someone who buys, say, €1,000 worth of plastic waste removal, they're going to be getting €1,500 worth of service. So instead of recycling only, say, how much is that? Only say 2 tons, we're going to be recycling actually 3 tons. So basically, we're getting like free ride for 1 more ton of plastic waste removal, which is great for the environment and great for us because we're getting more plastic credits, and those plastic credits are literally trash turned into cash. So it's only until Friday night, and then after it's going to be 40% for 1 more week, and then 30% for 1 more week. And by the way, it's not 5 days left. It really is like one day and a half left. So if really it resonates with you and you have questions and you want to do it, please reach out to me after the presentation and let's make it happen for you. So just to give you a last little snippet of where we're going with these plastic credits. The plastic credits market is really an emerging market. It's absolutely in its infancy, but it's extremely similar to the carbon credits market, which in span of a few years has been multiplying by 40-fold. So of course, I told you we're not here to sell financial products, but still, I didn't tell you one more thing about me is that I was a trader many years ago. About 20 years ago, I was in Wall Street on 11 Broadway, so I really was part of the problem, speculation. But I had enough of an experience to realize that this was not right for humanity. So I went into more humanitarian, let's say, work, and then I found carbon finance, and this is where it was very interesting for me. But plastic markets here, the plastic market credits is here. It's way before, let's say, if we compare it to the carbon market credits, we really are here. So we are before that bull run because the Paris Treaty, the Paris Agreement, which allowed the carbon market to actually take a more mandatory form, it took about 20 years to form that Paris Agreement. Now for plastic, we are in the infancy of it. It's only since 2021, I believe, that they have started at the United Nations level to negotiate a plastic treaty at the global level. So we know that at some point we're going to have a very, very similar bull run for plastic credits. So the price that I showed you right now on the market is totally undervalued. And this is where it's extremely interesting to actually reconcile business with purpose, which is the only thing I'm interested in. If we can make money doing something meaningful, please bring it to me. But if it's just about the money, please stay away from me. I have way more meaningful things to keep myself busy with. So this is why I consider this to be the best business in the world, because it allows us to really reconcile personal interest with, I might say, planetary benefits and humanitarian benefits. So if you got that and that's clear for you, great, because as a customer, you will be doing great service by purchasing the service. But we can go one step further. We can decide to become a partner, which is what I'm doing. And that's why I'm promoting this business, because I am actually currently, as an Amplivo independent partner, I'm helping individuals and companies to become plastic neutral. And as I do that, I earn commissions on the packages that they buy. But it goes further, because when I introduce other Amplivo partners, I earn commissions on packages that their customers buy. So say Evelyn, she is in Canada, and she talks about this to one of her friends or to a business owner. And that business owner decides that he wants to get his business plastic neutral because he realizes that indeed he can be part of the solution rather than the pollution. Then, of course, Evelyn is going to make a commission. It's not him, it's not the business owner that's going to be paying her, it's the company. That's their cost of making business. So the company will pay Evelyn a commission, but they will also pay me a commission. And then if that business owner, on his turn, decides to promote that for his customers, that they also go plastic neutral. And this is where we are literally turning the tide against pollution, because we're all becoming part of the solution. We're all benefiting from depolluting more than from those from pollution. For those who are benefiting from pollution, they will have to pay for their pollution. That's the principle of the polluter who pays. the polluter pays in the end. So it's an absolutely incredible business model because we have this industrial activity where Corsair is doing all the heavy lifting, and us, all we have to do is to amplify the voice of Corsair. And to get started, the business license only costs 10 euros per year. That's the only investment that we have to make if we want to get started as a partner, and you don't even have to make it right now. You can just decide that you're going to become a customer. You can buy as little as 10 euros and or 100 or 1,000, as much as you want. Just to give you an idea, I've bought so far about 44,000 worth euros, 44,000 euros worth of service because I'm benefiting from it. For me, that's worth more than money in the bank because not only it's serving by depolluting the planet from plastic waste, but also it's giving me these very valuable assets, which I honestly believe are going to be becoming so much more valuable than whatever price they currently have on the market. So I'd rather have that than have money in the bank. So let's get back to our Amplivo opportunity when you decide to become a partner and understand the Amplivo compensation plan. It's very clear and very profitable actually because you earn on several levels and you have a bonus which is called the uni-level bonus, which I think we're going to focus on this one only. And then if you're interested, I can always tell you more about the others at some other point. But this uni-level bonus gives you actually the possibility to earn on 5 levels deep. So you earn on the first level 12% of commission. Those 12% are separated between 70% in cash and 30% in plastic credits. And those plastic credits are actually very valuable, so it's fine. So those 12% are divided in 30% in plastic credits and 70% in cash. And that cash gets into your bank account every Saturday morning if you want. The second and third level, you get 8%. So if Evelyn promotes the business to her network, she's going to be getting 12% from her first level customers. I'm going to be getting 8% because I'm at the second level, and so on and so forth. And then fourth and fifth level is 5%. And then there is another bonus, which is called the matching bonus, and another bonus again, which is called the Infinity Star bonus. So it's very generous and it is actually quite profitable. In conclusion, Corsair and Amplivo are on a mission to rid the planet of the plague that is plastic pollution. Corsair, on the industrial side, turns plastic waste into advanced bio-oil, and Amplivo and its partners help people on the marketing side buy the plastic waste removal service for them. We can earn generous rewards when we help people and companies go plastic neutral, and it's so simple to get started. You can just decide that you want to join us on our mission to preserve and restore the planet for future generations, and we can get you started tonight itself. So I hope it was clear. Don't hesitate if you have any questions. I'm here to answer them. I hope I did not go too fast on whatever point. I think Hanan had to leave us. Unfortunately, she had something else. Yeah, Evelyn, yes. Who's here
On
too?
est tout seul là, on est tout seul là finalement. Anan
Oh,
est parti. Ah non,
Hanan,
Yacine.
there is
Ah,
Yassine and there is Dafir. Maybe they speak
ah.
French.
Oh
Yassine, you
no,
speak
no,
French?
it's okay.
It's
I
okay?
can speak
As
in
you wish.
English, no problem. No, I have a few questions.
Sure.
What are you waiting for me, particularly? Tell me. I
Well,
saw I saw the presentation. It's very interesting, very, very interesting. I think while you were presenting everything, I was thinking of somebody who will be interested in your project for sure. But like, what are you waiting for me?
you know, my goal is to inspire. So I'm so inspired by this project, which I really consider to be like the most amazing thing I can dedicate myself to right now. You knew me through tango, and you see, I think I'm very passionate about tango, and I love tango, and I love so many things in this incredible life. But this project is something else because this allows us to literally bridge the gap between our personal individual interest and the 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 planet's interest, humanity's interest it's like I've always been searching for a way to bring together my personal interest and the bigger picture. So this is why I was into carbon finance. I've been, into humanitarian work. I've done many things in that vein. I've also been a trader. I've been searching. So what I'm expecting from you is nothing more than igniting into you the same desire that there is in me. And then any way that you want to make that manifest, whether by purchasing the service, if that's something that you feel inclined to, or becoming a partner, if that's something that you feel inclined to, or just saying, all right, that's not for me right now, but maybe I can tell someone just like what you just said. I don't know. But like for me, if you come and you hear, then that's enough for me. The rest is on you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So yeah, tell me
No, no,
about your questions.
hmm? Me or
Yeah.
somebody else?
Yeah,
Oh,
you had some questions.
no, 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 it's okay. I just want to know if we can reach this PowerPoint or presentation, if I can have it in yeah, I
I can
think
send them to
you,
you.
yeah,
I can send them
thank
to
you.
you, no problem. Yeah, I
Yeah,
can.
but I prefer you make the presentation to Sarah. I thought Sarah will be very interesting in that because I'm strictly working on geopolitics now, and you know what's going on in
I
Middle
know.
East,
I
so
know.
my geopolitics expertise is there. So
I know.
I
I know
have
what they're doing to
plenty
us.
on my platter. Yeah.
I know. So
Okay.
yeah.
So I think it's a very, very interesting thing. Wow. I'm impressed that you have done that. And you think it's going to work in Morocco?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I'm working on it. Dafir here is my partner. He's here in Morocco. I think Yassine is from Tunisia, and Khadija. I don't know which Khadija it is, whether she's the member of our Depollute Now team. If you guys want to put your camera or not, but yeah, I think we here in Morocco we're gonna be rocking it. I'm sure because well, Morocco. Here everything works with trust. Like relationships, and this is network marketing. It's based on relationships. So it's very simple to do business here as long as you have people's trust. And if there is one thing that I have great faith in is the fact that by the power of our of community, by the power of coming together, of having a common interest, we can change the world. I've
Mm.
already experienced that once, twice. I know that we have that power. So in Morocco, I'm sure it's going to be going like full throttle. Now it's just a matter of incorporating the company. We're on it. When I'm gonna be in Thailand. Oh, Khadija is from Morocco. When I'm gonna be in amazing. When I'm gonna be in Thailand, we're definitely gonna be finalizing the agreement to incorporate the company here in Morocco, and that should be cool. So Khadija is the first guest. I'm happy that you're here, Khadija. Welcome. So yeah, I have great confidence. And in the rest of the world, right now there are building factories in Canada already.
Where in Canada? Where?
Quebec, Quebec.
Where in Quebec?
I don't know, but I can get you the
Quebec City?
information.
In Montreal? Quebec
Uh,
City?
Certainly not the city because all the landfills and stuff they're outside the city. It's big factories, huh? It's dirty.
So
It's trash.
Montreal, Montreal.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
I'll
don't know.
check.
I'll get you the information. Promised.
Yeah, okay, perfect. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, my pleasure. So yeah, please put me in touch with Sarah. This is what I'm
Not
interested
only
in.
Sarah, but I was thinking of two people in Morocco
Awesome.
that you might not know,
Okay.
and they are involved in politics in
Awesome.
that. Yeah. And
Awesome.
so I'm gonna send you that with the like in WhatsApp.
Great. Thank you so much. Thank you, Evelyn. Yeah, for me, this project is for everyone. It's for the the poor people who pick up trash, and sell it for cash. It's for the entrepreneurs. It's for the crypto bros. It's for the ecologists. It's for the politicians. It's for humanity. It's for everyone. So yeah, I'm sure that we have something to totally change the world, thanks to something that is so accessible, thanks to the power of network marketing, and at the same time so tangible, so concrete thanks to this technology. I did not talk about it a lot, but the way we transform plastic into oil is called pyrolysis. Pyro, which means fire, heat, and lysis, which means divide. So we divide the plastic through what we call chemical recycling by literally breaking it down into its original molecules. So that's chemical recycling. So we bring back the oil that was trapped into the plastic, we bring it back into its original form. And we can start recycling infinitely because the plastic actually gets recycled without limits. We make oil, we make new plastic, that plastic we turn it back into oil infinitely. So
Okay.
that's a technology that's been around for around 15 years, and Corsair has taken it to such a level where right now the pyrolysis oil of Corsair is one of the top high grade pyrolysis oil in the world. So that's why Shell wants to work with us. That's why so many companies want to work with us. So I'm very confident about the future of this project, and I would love to have you on board with us, Evelyn.
Thank you.
All right. Has anybody else, does anybody else have a question? You can ask it in French. Actually, on parle tous français ici. So if you feel more confident with French, go ahead. On parle vraiment tous français. Donc, Khadija, Yassine, je suis sûr que Yassine parle français. So don't hesitate. Yassine, ton lien ne marche pas. Does not work, that LinkedIn link, Yassine. If you want to write your question, also don't hesitate. And if everything was clear, well, I'm very happy about that. And the next step, let me know in the chat, sorry, is how you would like to get involved. If you would like to get involved, would you like to get involved as a customer, or that is just buying the service to own CSR Plastic Credits and then be passive, you just bought, or as a partner, in which case you're going to have to train with us. I'm going to be coaching you. I'm going to be in touch with you regularly so that we can get you up to speed, and then you can talk about the opportunity to other people just like I'm doing. So yeah, let me know let me know in the chat, say customer or partner or both. Could be both. Or it could be none. You have no obligation, of course. All right, Yassine, I just sent you an invitation on LinkedIn. All right. So thanks everyone for your presence. Thank you, Evelyn. Thank you, Yassine. Thank you, Khadija. And yeah, get back in touch, Khadija, with Dafir, and Yassine, get back in touch with Mariam, and me, I'll be in touch with Evelyn. And I'm I'm very excited about sharing more, Evelyn.
Merci beaucoup.
Merci à toi.
Merci. Thanks very much.
Yeah. Have a great evening. Have a great day. It's only 3 p.m.
Thanks to you.
2 p.m.
Yeah, it's 2 p.m. Yeah.
That's awesome.
No, 3 p.m. Thank you.
Yeah, my great
Have a nice
pleasure.
evening.
Beautiful seeing you too. Ciao, ma chère.
Bye.
À très vite.